All right, take it away.
All right, so we're going to be talking about the, engaging posts. So piquing curiosity and engaging posts. It's basically it's called attraction marketing, and that's what we're going with. So I'm going to share my screen here, and let's get to it. Desktop 2. I'm also going to share sound. All right, can you still hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so piquing curiosity and engaging posts. So it's attraction marketing. Are you guys seeing the screen?
Yes.
Okay, I got to make sure because I got two screens here. Don't do that. All right, so what is it? It's you're putting your content out in the marketplace because you want people to come to you. You want to be able to sell your product. You want to be able to help people. But in order to get people to work with you and to trust with you, you got to give them value. And the thing is, the way our marketing works, it's a social marketing business, is to give some value before you give them an ask. I mean, give real value, not like, oh, I'm going to show you how to do this, and then a couple sentences. And we're going to come out here and show you how to do this, and we're going to show you how to do this. But you've got to buy my program. That really doesn't resonate with many people. I know it doesn't with me, but you got to give some sort of value. Like there's all sorts of freemiums that we have that we offer people. We have a free group that's kind of like a look into what we're doing. Some of the people make hybrid workouts, for folks, and they give them away, to potential customers. It's an attraction thing. It gets people to come in and start trusting you. And why do we do it? Because it raises the interest. Obviously, it brings an awareness to what you've got to sell. And I got two examples here. You've got, just a give value, then ask for business. That's a quote from Gary V. Vaynerchuk. And then we have free webinar training. Build a business part-time. That's Coach Jimmy. Claim your spot. But he gives you a free training beforehand. Okay, so attraction marketing. This is the thing. A lot of companies, if not almost all the companies, use attraction marketing. I put some of the companies that you see every day. The Home Depot goes out there and has free classes on the weekends for people to come out there and see. That's something attraction marketing to come get people to come out there. Of course, Tony Robbins does. He has videos that he gives advice on and tells you different things, and then invites you to come to buy his book or to come to his show or his workshop. Of course, Beachbody. We've got freemiums too. I put that in there too. That's what we're doing. Costco. There's another big one. There's a physical one. You go to the store, and 5-6 days a week, if not every day, during the middle of the day, they give out freebie samples to people. That gets people in the store to try different things for purchases. Oh, look, it's Greg. Greg's in there too. See, he gets out his own freemiums when he talks to people on his web pages, advice, things like that. And then I put Gary Vaynerchuk here. Ask Gary V. He's got podcasts, videos. He'll tell you everything for free because his belief is you won't do it, so you're not a threat to him. So he'll give away everything he knows. But it's a freemium because guess what? You hear his stuff and you're more inclined to trust him as a producer. And if you're that the person that's needing the kind of service he's got, you'll buy his service. The connecting and engaging things. Some of the best ways to attract your new customers, it's got to raise some sort of curiosity, first of all, and then it's got to hold on to that. You got to be able to hold on to that attention and curiosity. I put a few things in here. Bold statements are one way to raise up some curiosity. And here's a few of them. You got Tony Robbins. Most people fail in life because they major in minor things. And then it's actually two Gary V ones. I mean, this is a simple one. Work. That's how you get it. That's it. And that kind of says it all. I love social media because it sells stuff. Obviously, again, we're in social media. This is what we do, and this is how we work it. So also there's the surprising or potentially shocking posts. I mean, I've been through some courses, and they say different things to raise up. To get someone to click onto your post, you start off with something, like, hey, we're having fun. We're out driving along with the kids. And it was a great sunny day, and I looked through the window and I saw, and you just size things right so that they have to click on the read more to read the rest of what happened. It could be a perfectly ambiguous story. And then I saw a cow out the window, and it surprised all of us, and the kids started laughing, ha ha ha, you know, something to go with it. But the stories and the memes, the personal stories especially, that's the big one. And these two guys say it perfectly. No matter what you do, your job is to tell your story. And you read Coach's Jimmy thing, he's got his little thing about what he is: business coach, storyteller, keynote speaker. Right down at the bottom, everyone has a six-figure story if it's well crafted. And they're right. That's what's selling people, is what is your story. Here's a couple of goofy and funny pictures. You know, people post up their pets. I didn't use kids because my kids are too old for this, and all my pictures are on different pieces of printed out film that aren't digital anymore. So I didn't really want to go through the trouble of trying to figure out what to do and scan it. But you got these things. Real-time updates on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat. You saw something out there that was hilarious, that just made you laugh. You go, you pick it up, and you take a picture of it, and you post it up to Instagram. And Instagram will put it on your Facebook and your Twitter account. Or you Snapchat it to people. You put it in your story, which is something Instant Messenger for Facebook is doing now with the stories. You know, but their story is a 24-hour story. It's kind of neat, and it's pretty much like what Snapchat's doing. And if it's like a lot of these bigger companies, they're probably going to start to eat Snapchat up with that respect. But I wouldn't give it I wouldn't put that at 100% because they've tried things that backfired on them before. So what I've got here is I've got a video that I'd like you guys to watch, or actually it's just a piece of a video.
Podcasts are winning. It's underpriced. That's it. It's just very simple. It's very simple. So I hear you on the library. I'm just putting that aside for a second. I'm trying to be practical. What would I do if I was running this business? I think you should really debate the podcast. I think you would crush. It would matter, and I think the guests would matter. I don't know what else to say. It was amazing when you guys said New York Times. Like, what went through my body, which is, my God, literally what went through my body is like, okay, the amount of impact Rich the Kid sitting in your studio and putting it on his Instagram meaning versus the entire New York Times article, they're not even in the same stratosphere. It's just quite scary. Do you know how much Kylie Jenner is getting paid right now for a post on Instagram and Snapchat? Do you know what the latest price is? $1 million. $1.3 million for a singular post.
So crush a tall can. New talent, search button Shazam. New balance, credit union advance. Mirror, mirror, show me who I am.
Look, it comes down to content distribution,
Yeah.
and buying underpriced attention.
Yes.
Underpriced attention is Facebook. Underpriced attention is Instagram influencers. Underpriced attention is podcasting, Alexa skills. Everything works. That billboard works out there. It's overpriced. It shouldn't be $7,000 a month. That's all. Really, really can't wait till we start selling oxygen because it's a foregone conclusion. if you just look at the trends, I want to be in the room.
All right, so that one there kind of had a big thing to it, and that okay, come on, get back out of there. And the big thing that was in there that struck me was podcasts. Who here has done a podcast? Anybody? I haven't done a podcast, not in, oh my God, years, before there was a lot of big video stuff. So, I mean, that kind of struck me out today was podcasting is coming back. It's kind of making a comeback. And he is right. I mean, we hear a lot of stuff in podcasts, but if you're not super comfortable with the videos and you want to practice your speaking, or you're out and you're not in a position to take a video, you can make a podcast. Podcasts can be scripted and they can be pretty spontaneous as well. And if you get them, they'll show up on iTunes main page if you get a following with them. So I got another video that I put together to show you, because overall, from everything I've looked at, video posts and talking to people through video are the biggest attraction right now. It's the biggest, most engaging thing, because people will sit there and listen to and watch your video. So you gotta have something that's in a few in the first few seconds to get them to not scroll by it. But don't go over 3 minutes. 3 minutes is like the sweet spot. If you hit more than 3 minutes, you're dragging on. Attention spans nowadays are just gone. So,
hi everybody. We should be well into the presentation right now. And as you can see, I'm showing you the video that I was just talking about. We're talking about engaging posts, and I think what's more engaging right now, as far as, basically all the internet stuff, is video. You've got the Facebook video, you've got videos you can post up to Instagram and connect on, link onto Twitter and whatnot. You can put them on your YouTube channel or on your webpage. As far as this video obviously isn't live. The newest thing basically is Facebook Live. But I'm taking this video from my workout room in my house, which also happens to be kind of my front room. Got my little equipment in the background, as you can see there. And what I'm using for this one is a selfie stick, which gives me a little bit more view room and doesn't make me like such a big head if I was trying to do this as a regular selfie, holding the phone this close, trying to talk through a video. Part of the things you need to think about with a video, and when you're making it for like a webinar or for a post, you can script it and maybe practice it or whatnot. But if you're making a Facebook Live post, you're probably not going to do that. You could. But so I'm modeling this after a Facebook Live. This is all based on just what I've got now. I came into my workout room, figured, well, let's go do this. And I want to put together a video to show everybody and see what it's like. Right now I'm a minute 30 seconds. Getting close to the attention span of most folks out there nowadays. Everything gets a little bit stranger as we move on. 2 to 3 minute video, say 2.5, 3 minutes at the most though, for sure. If you had 3 minutes, you're doing really good if you get the engagement for it. Different ways to track that and whatnot. Hopefully they respond. They might ask you, what are you thinking about right now? What do you want to do? What do you want to get into? We're using this for our coaching, but the most important part of this is to be yourself. And that's what I've got to bring to you here at the 2 minute and 15 second mark, is to just be yourself when you're making videos. Be yourself when you're posting, and that's what's going to drive your engagement, honestly. I gotten feedback from some of mine. Mine seems a little bit dry, but that's kind of myself. It's a little bit of my personality. So I need to work on that. I mean, honestly, that is something I need to work on. Scripts don't work for me. Not at all. I've tried them. I get nowhere with them. I usually get more engagement when I'm being myself, and that's the best advice I have for everybody out there. Be yourself, be honest, and most of all, try to provide some sort of value. Don't try to sell to the folks. Try to provide the value, give them all you can first, and don't hold back, and then when time comes, go for it. We're right at the 3 minute mark now. Goodbye.
All right, that's pretty much it. We got a clean eating meme. I actually, when we decided to change the format of this, I chopped this all up. It was put together completely differently. Vegetables, this thing's for your groups to kind of gain some sort of interest, or maybe a small check. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool, a heart made out of vegetables. But what comes down to is, I'm still going to say this again and again and again. It's all about your story. It's all about you being real, and it's about your story, because your story matters. And if you want to go out there and make money, that's what you got to work on. All right. Now, where is my screen sharing? Come on. Okay. Zoom is giving me a hard time. Doesn't want to help stop sharing my screen. Lovely. All right.
Do you want me to help?
Yeah, I got it right there.
Okay.
I should be coming back onto it. stop the share. PowerPoint kind of took over everything. And talking about the videos and creating engagement. I mean, honestly, watching that video, I made it. It's my video. Great. Woo. About a minute, 48 seconds, I was bored to death with it. I'm like, yeah, I'm done. You lost me. And that's my own video. So, I mean, there you go. It kind of proves my point. So what else have some of y'all done to gain engagement with people? What sort of things?
Well, definitely asking questions in your post, right? And I see girls do this all the time, right? Like where they'll say, which dress should I wear, right? And they have like an A and a B, right? And they ask for your opinion. Those posts get the most huge engagement ever, you know? It's like, I've done that a few times. Like if you ask questions like, you know, maybe you know exactly which one you want to get, like, but if you just ask, you know, should I get a Mac or should I get a PC? You will get like every single person who sees that post will comment on it to give you their opinion, right? So, I mean, that's just a suggestion. And you can do that in your workout groups too. Asking questions or taking polls. I mean, your challenge groups or your free groups. That's a great suggestion. Like every night I will post like a question or a poll, you know, just to get engagement from the free group people. Who else?
Somebody else got something.
For my free groups, I've been finding that the way I get the most engagement is if I'm private messaging everybody before the group starts and checking in with them, and then kind of building that rapport with them, and then they feel more comfortable in the group. So that's the thing I've been learning. And I've just in this last group I'm doing, I've done some of the voice messaging. Just, I think you can only do a minute, so I've just been, you know, like 20 seconds. Hey, you ready to go? Let's do this. So they hear my voice. So that's, it seems like I'm getting more feedback from people by doing that.
Yeah, that's a great idea, Jill, with the voice. I haven't done it with my free group members or whatever, but that's a great idea. I do it with my coaches all the time because it's just so much easier to explain stuff in voice as opposed to typing it all or whatever. So yeah, great suggestion. Brian, did you have something?
Well, I was going to say that was an awesome presentation, Paulie. Thank you. I like it reminded me of Jurassic Park when your video came on. Remember that scene? And then he starts talking to himself. I don't know. You reference yourself there. And right at the beginning, so that was a hook, and I was like, ooh, now I got to see where this whole video is going. So just like you said, having that if you're doing a Facebook Live or a podcast, having something right away, right at the beginning, that's gonna grab someone's attention and hook them. Very important. So I'm huge on questions. I love to ask questions. I love to ask people about themselves. People like to talk about themselves. So, you know, that's what my questions are. You know, in the groups that I run, I always try to, you can't always ask a question like every single day, but I always try to, you know, throw something in there and just to get engagement from people. It's just so important. And doing fun stuff too. I mean, in my groups, we do a lot of prizes and different challenges. You know, every day we do a challenge, and we take turns making posts in the morning. And every day, you know, there's whatever the post is about, we challenge the group and we ask for engagement, you know, whatever that challenge is going to be, you know, water challenge, whatever. And then like today, LaDonna had a great post about learning about foods and what kind of food surprised you like the most after you learned about it. And she talked about her experience with canola oil and what she learned about it and why she never touches it again. And then everyone else in the group responded, this food, when I started my journey, I learned about it, I'll never touch it again. So it's, asking questions, doing challenges, and doing fun stuff. And I want that meme picture, the kitty cat, the big bang kitty cat one.
Oh yeah.
You gotta send that to me. Sleepy kitty. Purr.
Or the beware dog one. Did you see that one?
Yeah, I started laughing. I was looking at all of them, but I got to that one. Soft kitty, warm kitty. It's like, I gotta get that one.
Also,
it's kind of neat the way they do that.
But
it draws attention.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Who was saying, Paul, were you saying about the asking a question and then like what's over in that field or whatever, right? But I see coaches do that all the time with their live broadcasts. Just about every top coach is doing live broadcasts, right? And they always pop up at the top of my news feed, right? Even though I don't really engage with them, but that's, Facebook is their priority right now is the Facebook Live. And the only ones that I actually click on to hear what they're saying is the ones that have a little question that piques my interest, right?
Right.
The most amazing thing happened to me today, or I got some life-changing news today, right? And I'll actually click on it because I want to hear what their life-changing news was. And it's like, I got invited to, the shift shop test group. Okay. I wouldn't say that's really life-changing, but, it got me to click on it, right? So, I definitely see that. It reminded me of that, Paul.
It could be life-changing for them.
It could be.
Was it Pablo's?
No.
Pablo did it.
Pablo's.
Okay, because Pablo's in the test group.
Yeah.
He
was keeping it a secret. He wasn't even telling anybody. I saw he announced it today.
He announced it today, so it's out of the bag, so that's why I mentioned
it. There he is.
But I didn't do video.
What's that?
So
I did not do a video, so.
Oh, yeah.
So part of the one other thing I wanted to share is kind of something I just found out about, and I don't know if you guys have or not, but QR codes. You guys have seen QR codes out there, right? Yeah. There's a free QR code generator, and you can actually do some pretty amazing stuff with these darn things. Or you can go to generate your own QR codes, and there's and I think pretty sure this website is free. So I'm just going to provide that over here in the chat. So check it out if you want to. But that's kind of a neat little way, because if someone clicks on the QR code to find more information, you can direct them to your Facebook page. You can actually make their phone call you for the QR code. It's ridiculous. It's crazy. So, play a video. You can send them right to your YouTube video channel and play this video at this time. It's all sorts of little things you can do to get your message across. And this is just one more thing that popped up. But the podcast one, I just heard that today when I was refining stuff. That popped up in my subscription to Gary Vee. I'm like, ooh, that is cool.
Yeah.
Got to put this in there.
I know what, like Shalene Johnson, do you guys listen to her podcast? She has an amazing podcast. It's called Build Your Tribe. But, and she'll talk about, how she builds her business and all this great stuff. So you should definitely subscribe to that if you want something. But, one thing that she talks about is she won't she doesn't have time. Most people like Coach Jimmy Nelson and other, Jimmy V or right. What is his name? What was the guy?
Gary V.
Gary V. Right. They don't develop content for their video and develop different content for their blog and different content for their, podcast. What they do is they they have like a show, right? Like Gary V show, right? He's got his 30-minute show, and he'll do that, right, on video, and then he'll put it on YouTube, he'll put it on Facebook, he'll cut it down, or he'll just take the audio and he'll put that as a podcast, right? He'll take he'll get part of it transposed into, words, and that'll go on his blog. That'll be his blog post. And maybe he'll cut out a snippet and that'll go on Instagram, So basically him and Celine and all these people who really, really know what they're doing, like they're only creating one piece of content, a week or a day or whatever, how often they do it. And then they redistribute it to all these platforms, So, that's how the professionals do it,
Shalene actually makes a recording or a video that she then sends to somebody else. She's hired somebody, outside of the country to actually take and transcribe her podcast. And she uses Dropbox and puts them in the Dropbox folder. And then they upload the transcriptions into the Dropbox folder. And she has her people break them up into daily posts.
Mm.
The one recording. So she does this big recording. So all those posts you see popping up all day long to her throughout the whole week was one recording she did once a week, and had some guy off in another country that, transcribe it for her and kick it back to her assistant. And her assistant she actually has she doesn't even, I'm not talking her personal assistant. On top of that, she has a virtual assistant that does the postings, a lot of them. It breaks them up in her style. She's, had a meeting, gone over with them. And they break everything up. And she just goes, ting, 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 ting. And they pop up all day long based on one recording that she made.
Yeah, you see a lot of top coaches, like Jimmy Nelson, who are really, really good at video. Yeah, he's doing that too. I mean, they're kind of modeling themselves after Shalene. You can tell that, Christine Dwyer, those types.
The funny part I see is Gary V is really unscripted, and he gets a lot of the content though.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone stops to watch him. It's funny. How about somebody else? What you guys got? So who all in this group that's watching this is an emerald right now? So you guys had to make some content somewhere.
I do mine face-to-face and following up private messaging to get them to engage with my groups, which is actually working a whole lot better. Before, I used to do a lot of messaging and hoping that they see it. If I do message them, Messenger also has a place where you could send them a recording of yourself, like a voice recall. So that's another thing that I use as well. I try to be as annoying, like Greg said, as possible until they tell me to butt off. So it's working.
How many SC points you got this month, Armando? You got to be more annoying.
I'm trying. I don't know what it is. Like my audience, they're so cheap. They want everything free. So now my free group, like what Christine said, third try, they're out. I'm not playing a game. Before I used to be like, oh, maybe. No. If they not gonna engage with me, I'm just gonna boot them out. And I'll tell them, if you really want to get back into it, wait for the next one, and I'll reach out to them. There's a lot of people that are following me that they just like the free stuff, and they won't commit because of the price.
Yeah. Or if they do want to join your next free group, say you can join again, but you got to bring 3 friends.
Mm-hmm. I laid everything down. I feel like an asshole, but whatever. It's my time I'm putting aside to help them, so they have to at least respect that. But
maybe you should try on a couple dresses and ask which one.
Thanks, Paulie. I don't think I could do that.
That might work. Yeah.
No, I'm good. I'm good. But yeah, I think like Paul said, the live video really worked. Try to go at least one time in your free groups um, live, just to make sure that they see that it's actually you, it's not a robot. I'm using Buffer, but I let them know that I have a company posting for me because I do have a busy lifestyle, just like everybody else. But I do engage with them in the middle of the day. A quick little video just saying hi, how's everybody doing, and then I private message not everybody, but I select them every day, so that way every day somebody's getting a message from me privately. So, and it's been working.
So in my free groups, I've been inviting my paid challengers if they want to join it too. Like we're doing a clean eating group. And by doing that, then you get some professionals in there that are, used to posting in a group. And so kind of help lead the way for some of the other people that are new and maybe more shy or something like that. Kind of show them, oh, everybody else is talking and just letting loose. So don't be shy about that.
I do that too. I'll invite like my customers, my existing customers or challengers to my free group sometimes. And it's great because they're in there and they're talking about their workout program and their Shakeology and everybody's like, what's that? And so it's not just you who's talking about it, right? They see other people in there. So yeah, it definitely is a good strategy.
So in the Facebook group, you can't really, I don't think you can do it in the challenge tracker app, but in the Facebook group, you can do the polling questions too. Those are easy questions to get people answering because all they have to do is just pick a choice. And so at least you're getting them to interact a little bit more and they don't actually have to type something out, especially if you have people that are really being quiet. So that sometimes works.
Yeah.
I don't know what you could do in the challenge tracker app if they have something similar. Or, I don't even know.
I don't think they do yet, but I'm sure they'll come out with it. They're trying to make it, as much like Facebook groups as they can.
That's good. Yeah.
One of the most engaging posts that I did was, and I shared it with you guys probably last year. Remember, it had a different icon. It's like, would you like to know more about coaching or something like that? And it was like a blue heart if, you think it's great what I'm doing, right? And you just want to continue to follow me. And there's like a red heart if you would like to, just learn more about coaching, and a purple heart if you would like to become a coach, and like a different color heart if, I don't know, but I forget what the post was, but it was great because everybody just had to put a little icon, like a little emoji, right? They didn't have to type anything in the comments, except for that emoji. And I swear, I think I got out of that one post, I had like so many people comment on it, and it kind of went viral because I didn't get it. I didn't make it up, but I got it from another coach, but all coaches were like doing it, right? And getting tons of comments. And I think I actually found like a couple coaches that, out of it, people that were interested in coaching just by, them putting a little purple heart or whatever, And maybe like one of the hearts was, would you like to start getting in, into fitness? Or one of the things, was, would you be interested in a free group? So it's kind of like a poll or something, but people just pick an emoji, right? And then you can follow up with them on whatever they're interested in. If I can find it.
I'm trying to find mine because mine just showed up. You know how Facebook blasts, look what you did last year?
Uh-huh.
And I saved it so that way I could modify it, and I'm trying to find out my saved folder.
Oh, cool.
So once I find it, I'll share it in our chat so that way we won't lose it. And then you guys could copy and paste.
Awesome. All right.
So in the meantime, who's got like SC5 this month already? Brian?
You have it?
You got it, Brian?
Yeah, I made 6.
Awesome.
How'd you get it? How'd you get it?
Mainly family. Mainly family.
Mainly it isn't all, so.
Well, it is. I signed my wife up because my daughter signed up, so I put one on each leg, and then my other daughter signed up, and her girlfriend is. I'm working on her as a coach, but she just wants to do the product right now because she's starting school, a new security course degree, and she's like, no, because if I do the coach, I got to do the coaching thing, and I won't have time. I'm like, no, you don't. But she's in her mind, if she's going to be a coach, she's going to work the coach, which is good. So I think she'll come along at some point. But my thing in my groups is I post questions. I've done giveaways. I've done contests, but I still get no engagement. I just, I end up with one person who ends up winning. I've done T-shirts and hats and with my logo on it, and I just haven't found that tribe that's going to talk and engage. And I message people. I'm at the point where I'm private messaging people who've liked my page because I just, once a week there might be somebody who makes a comment. So I'm working on building that.
I think like Jill said, it's like, especially if you're running a free group, you got to talk to them in private messages, like first, right, in the beginning, right, to get to know them. And, I think if you get to know them and they feel comfortable with you, then they're going to be more likely to post in the group,
Right.
and respond to your questions, right? But if you're not private messaging them and getting to know them, then they're not. Yeah. I have the same issue.
So when I very first did my first free group, I asked Carrie and Laura, who were both, I don't know if you guys were coaching at that time or not, but they were at least challengers in Brian's group. I asked them if they would just be in the group to help, like, give some interaction. So, just ask some other friends, like, hey, will you just come in here, and since you are used to doing workouts and posting and all that kind of stuff, just to get the group going and help liven it up. So then the new people were more likely to do stuff too. So, if you don't have any challengers, invite your other coaching friends to come help you.
I actually do that with John, and he does it on my my customer group, because I have a group. Whoever purchased Challenge Pack or whatever it is that has a Beachbody account, I put them in a separate group in case their premier group is too large for them and they don't feel comfortable. But between me and John, we post in each other's group just to keep the flow, and they see the consistency of the Shakeology, the workout, motivational posts. He also posts on my team for any national wake-up calls or any news from Team Beachbody. So between both of us, we help each other's group up. So it really works.
Yeah, that's kind of like a success partner, right? And you guys could, obviously coaches do this. You can pair up with other coaches and, form like your coach group together, right? And I've seen people, two of my diamond coaches, Jason Wagner and Rob, got together and they formed Team Phoenix, right? Way back in the beginning. And now half of our team is under Team Phoenix, So So that's perfectly fine too. And you could do the same thing with your like accountability buddy, like, or other coaches. You could run free groups together, right? As well, you know, it doesn't have to be coach groups. It could be customer groups or challenge groups or free groups. You can do those together. I find it hard with free groups if you're all inviting people that you don't know, right? Because that would be kind of hard because, you know, because how do you know who invited them? You know, maybe just by who added them to the group or whatever. And then what if they like one coach better than the other coach or something like that? You know, like could get messy. So I don't know. I'd caution a free group, but you know, other challenge groups and stuff, you know, where they're already your customer or they're already your coach, those work out really well. Anyone else? Should we wrap up?
Should unmute all the mics.
We'll see what everybody's doing.
Yeah. You gotta be doing something. We're all posting stuff. No one's got any engagement from it.
I'm chatting with you guys and working on my post for the Shakeology Shake and Share. Multitask.
Awesome.
There you go. Right on.
All right. Well, we'll let you guys go. Get some whatever power hour done or get to sleep or whatever you need to do.
I went ahead and
my stuff ready to go in the.
I went ahead and shared that post we were talking about, Greg, on our chat group.
Oh, good. Perfect. Thank you.
All right.
And Paul, awesome job. Love the PowerPoint, the videos. That was cool.
Thank you.
All right.
All right.
So next Monday, I think we will skip because I know Brian and I will be in Punta Cana unless someone else wants to just lead it, you know. I don't know. I have to look at the schedule, see what it says. But I'll let you guys know for sure. All right? Okay.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thanks,
Paul. Thanks, Paul. Have a good night.
You too.